Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and it's Sunday, so I am here with Scraplift Crafternoon, a hop where a group of my friends get together, find some inspiration, and we scraplift it. And this one is by Southern Charm Scraps. It is such a super cute layout with some circles and a couple pictures. I have my couple of pictures. I am going to use Adventurous by Paige Evans. And I'm not using a lot of paper, honestly, just one from the collection. Mostly I'm using some embellishments. I've got some mixed media that I want to use. And I've got these wood veneer gears or whatever. And then I'm going to use my circle punch to get the circles for the layout created. So I have my papers and embellishments. I've got some mixed media. I've got my pictures. And I've got this awesome layout. So let's see how this goes. Okay, I'm going to start by spraying my wood grain gears. Now I'm going to start, this was a bit of a disastrous mess. I am going to start by spraying my them with the Hickory Smoke Distress Oxide. Just straight heavy spray. And then when I get done with that, my plan is to spray them with the mica spray brushed pewter. I've had that for a long time, probably 5 years. So it won't spray. And I'm like, okay, fine. And I grab out my Distress Mica Stain Iron Gate, which I've only had a year or so, and it won't come out. So I'm shaking it, and it gets all over the place. As you can see, those big blobs on my paper. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go with this. Add some more speckledy speckles and some different things, including the pewter and everything. And then I pull out my Delusions Shimmer Spray in Slate Gray. And that is how I'm going to give the shine that I was looking for to my gears. Now, the original plan, like I said, was to do a mica stain that gives it that same shiny bit. But no. So anyway, I'm going to set all of that aside so they can all dry and, be happy. And I pull out, I've already gutted the black. It was a solid 12 by 12 black cardstock. I trimmed this pink. It's a very deep pink from the collection. I trimmed it down to 11 3/4 by 11 3/4, and then I gut that. I take what I gutted from the black and I punch out 8 3-inch circles. Really, I punched out 9, but I only needed 8, and I think I'll try and use the other one on a future layout because I have other pictures from this day, this play date that the kids had. And then I am going to get a scrap of white paper, and I am going to punch the, it's one of the Creative Memory punches, and I can't remember, I think it's 1 1/2 or 1 3/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/2 inch circle. See, I just have to, oh gosh, sorry for the extra noise. I was opening my drawer of punches. So I take the white punch, which is the 1 1/2 inch punch, and then I take the little itty bitty punch and use that hot pink. I am working on making a similar replica to the tires on the little Tykes car that they're in. So it's black with a big white circle inside and then a little red dot in the middle. The white probably could have been bigger. I don't care. I love the way that it turns out. It almost looks a little bit more like a record player or a record, if you know what that is. Although they've come back into style. So anyway, I'm going to make these into 8 of the tires that are on, or at least kind of a reflection of the tire that is in the picture on this little Tykes. I think it's called a love coupe or something like that. Something about a coupe. Anyway, this is AJ's, one of his favoriteest things to do is to sit and play in this car. And when Marcus came over, he was kind enough to let Marcus get in. And then later he got in and Marcus pushed him. And the video the video of Marcus pushing AJ is fantastic. AJ has this crazy look on his face. It's hysterical. But anyway, so that's what's happened in the pictures. That's why I want to try and lean into like the tires. Thank you to the lovely Zelly, because my original plan was to use the gears kind of offset from just a black 3-inch circle. I wasn't thinking about a tire. I mean, I was, but just like the loose thought of it and not actually trying to replicate a tire. And, I probably could have gotten my Cricut and cut something out that looked more like a tire, but I didn't want to do that. Maybe one of these days when I can take my Cricut out and make it a little more accessible. So anyway, I'm really, really happy with the way that this turned out, especially how they do, in my opinion, look very similar to the tires. Like I said, the white circle probably should have been a 2 or 2.5 inch circle, but I was not getting into my Cricut, and I was not hand cutting circles, not 8 of them. No, thank you. I guess I need to invest in another punch, right? Anyway, so the gears are done. I love how they turned out. They're, I don't know how easy it is really to tell, and maybe when you get a little closer, they are so shiny, but not like silver, you know what I mean? Like they're shiny as in metal, and I love how they turned out. So I'm just going to alternate between the bigger one and the smaller one if I had thought about it and about what I was going to do in advance. I probably would use some of the smaller ones because I have some that are like closer to like an inch and maybe even a little smaller than that I could have used instead of using just 2 different sizes. But in the end, I love how this layout turns out, so all is well. I get them to where there's 4 on the top, and then I want to use all 4 at the bottom, but I don't want them to be exactly the same place as the other ones, so I'm kind of moving them around a little. And then I'm going to put one between the 2 pictures, and then I decided at that point I was going to put one down at the bottom below the picture. So I'm going to take the pictures off. Luckily, they're not tacked down too good. I didn't use any glue on them yet. I had just used some ATG, and so they are not stuck down really well. So I'm going to pull those off, and I'm going to put them up on foam so that the picture is not dipping from where it is up on the top, and then it's going to be up a little in the bottom right corner because I'm going to put another one down there. So that's what's about to happen now. I've put some just some foam behind the picture so that it won't, like I said, dip. And then I just put that extra little gear or tire or wheel, whatever you want to call it, right there in the bottom right corner. And then I'm going to start using the embellishments. I wasn't worried about colors because the only color I've brought in at this point are the different shades of like the grays and stuff, the black and that hot pink. And so other than that, the only colors are in the pictures. And I really wasn't looking to try and match that because it's like a bright red and a not my favorite shade of yellow. So I just decided I was going to pull whatever embellishment called to me and I would work it out. So like I wanted all these little cars. So I pulled like the taxi and the little purple car. There's a little orange car. And so because of that, I wanted to try and bring a little bit of those colors in other ways. So I'm going to pull like a little purple heart and a little purple flower, a little pink, flower, an arrow, things like that, just to kind of make sure there's not just one random thing on the layout. Although now that I'm looking at it, there is an orange car, and I don't think I pulled anything out that is orange after all of that. I may go and find like a little flower or something and tuck it in one of the places. So on her layout, she's got stars and some tickets and things like that. And so I am just doing flowers, cars, little arrows. I put a heart on here, a geotag. I've got a little wordy bit at the bottom that says collecting adventures. I put another one on the top of the left picture. It says, let's get away. And then really that's about it. Except for a title. I'm going to add a title, bringing that hot pink in again. The whole time I'm doing this, I'm on the phone doing like one of those, it's not an interview, but it was like my insurance company asking me all the questions just to update my records and stuff. And I was just like, these are some of the strangest questions. And so I have a hard time not answering people when they like sarcastically or, just silly when they ask things that to me are so crazy, even though I know they have to ask them. It's a health, thing. And so like, they ask like something about, I can't remember what it was she said. She said something about my hearing, and I said, I have selective hearing. Does that count? She giggled. And then she said something like, do you have a hard time focusing? Do you forget things a lot? And some, kind of a line of that thinking. And I said, only because I have ADHD, not because I feel like I'm like, suffering from like dementia or Alzheimer's or something, which I'm guessing is why they're asking. She said, so do you want me to put no? And I was like, oh gosh. I mean, she was laughing, but then I was to realize here she's trying to do her job and not being ridiculous. So I tried to be seriouser after that. I mean, I can't be serious because that's just not my style. But it was a pretty entertaining conversation. So I'm glad that I made sure to silence that so y'all don't have to hear all the silly things that I was saying. Anyway, after I am done, I matted on that hot pink and then I put it on the black. I really love having that black. She doesn't have hers matted, at least not based off this picture, but I felt like it really added and brings that hot pinkish color into the whole layout. I did add this little puffy that says keep exploring, and then I put here and now underneath because I wanted the title to be a little bit bigger than just that little word bubble that said keep exploring. And that's it. This is another layout with AJ and my best friend's grandson, and both of them have pink in them. So don't tell Bree. Marcus can like pink. It's fine. I will go in, if I think about it, and add orange somewhere on this layout so that there's not this one lonely orange car that just dawned on me that is on here. So I'll get that added somewhere. But other than that, I love how this turned out. I'm really, really excited about it. And I hope you'll go check out Southern Charm Scraps. All the information that I have about her will be below because the lovely Tara has given it to us. And so anything we have on her will be below, as well as all of the people in this lovely group of mine will be listed below, as well as the playlist, so that you can go hop along and watch everyone and how they take this beautiful layout, this really fun layout, and how they create it for themselves. So I hope you go check that out as well. And I would love it if you give me a thumbs up if you like my video and or my layout. I hope you all have a great day. I hope I see you again very soon, and I hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. And happy scrapping.